A Michigan auto worker was caught on video heckling President Trump as a pedophile protector when the president visited a Dearborn factory in Michigan on Tuesday. The video shows Trump touring Ford's Dearborn truck plant where the incident took place.
The clip that has now gone viral shows Trump responding to the worker by appearing to mouth an expletive and displaying a middle finger as he walked away.
The worker, who has now been suspended by Ford Motor, has two GoFundMe pages that raised around $800,000, $810,765 to be exact, as of Wednesday evening. The GoFundMe spokesperson confirmed the two pages as legitimate fundraisers.
Now, the worker, identified as TJ Sabula, wrote on one of the pages Wednesday, quote, "We greatly appreciate the outpouring of support. At this time, we are closing donations to this campaign and encourage you to look for other causes and organizations to support."
White House spokesman Stephen Chung told Reuters a lunatic was wildly screaming expletives in a complete fit of rage, and the president gave an appropriate and unambiguous response.
Meanwhile, the United Auto Workers defended Sabula, putting a statement on X, quote, "The auto worker at the Dearborn truck plant is a proud member of a strong and fighting union, the UAW. He believes in freedom of speech, a principle we wholeheartedly embrace, and we stand with our membership in protecting their voice on the job."
Well,
freedom of speech ain't always pretty. You argue this all the time. He said what he was free to say. He didn't threaten the man with violence. He didn't do anything, but he's suspended now. Now, I'm sure I'm going to go with my hunch and say his salary was not $765,000 a year. So he probably had his most lucrative year in a long time.
And good for him. If people want to give him money, that's fine. Freedom of speech, you don't have freedom of speech in the context of your employment.
Right. It's a private.
So it's not.
Yeah.
So freedom of speech is not the issue here. Your employer can fire you for doing something embarrassing at work, including heckling the president. Do I think that's a good thing to do? No, but it doesn't impugn freedom of speech. I saw a lot of people being like, Elon Musk and Barry Weiss love freedom of speech. Why aren't they coming to this guy's defense? It's just not. That's not freedom of speech. You don't have a freedom of speech right to say whatever you want and keep your job. The freedom of speech keeps you from being arrested for saying something. If he was arrested for insulting Trump, then yes, that would be a major freedom of speech issue. But it's just in the workplace.
Every president in recent history has been heckled. Obama, Bush, we know this, right? President Trump is the only one I've seen in recent history give somebody the finger, like a middle school person.
Do you have some pearls for me to clutch?
I'm not clutching my pearls. I'm just telling you. He's the only one who can't seem to figure out how to respond to the people that want answers regarding Epstein.
He figured out how to respond.
Yeah, he just said he stuck his finger up. I'm just saying, like, people are asking for real answers. You see how you pointed out in your radar earlier how Thomas Massey responds to someone that I would consider, you called a reporter, I would call a heckler, right? He was just bothering Thomas Massey, trying to get a rise out of him. Well, he got a rise, and he got a thorough response, and in your perspective, got shut down. Mm-hmm. And in Laura Loomer's perspective, that was satisfactory, but a lot of people disagreed with her. And so therefore, President Trump has to be a little bit more savvy as somebody who spent decades of his time on television and the public eye, sticking the middle finger up at the person who's saying something to you. I mean, I'm sure people said bad things to the president all the time, and he said bad things to people. That just happens on social media probably once a day.
I don't care how he responds.
Sticking the finger at him and the man getting fired.
It's like at him.
Okay, but the same president, it's not like we're dealing with...
Let's not pretend that this is some thoughtful, principled critique.
We're not dealing with the president with the top-tier decorum of our time. So somebody behaving the way that the president...
I need the pearls.
The way the president behaves, somebody at work doing that matches his behavior.
Heavens to Betsy.
It matches his behavior.
Trump is a little rude with his language.
At a private company, you can get fired. It's up to them. But when you are protected by a union, it's a little bit harder to fire people. And all they're saying is that he has freedom of speech. And so I'm going to see how this whole thing plays out. But it's a little bit harder to fire people, just like we saw recently at the college that had to reinstate the professor because they fired him over comments that he made about Charlie Kirk. I mean, it's a little hard to fire people when they are protected, have tenure, have a union around them.
Well, college is a little different because if as a condition of your employment, they promise, as they often do at a college, that students and faculty enjoy First Amendment rights, enjoy free speech rights akin to the First Amendment, if they promise you that and you are hired there or you enroll there and then they violate your freedom of speech, I would say they're violating a contract they made with you, and contracts should be enforced. If as an employee of of Ford, they say it says in your terms of employment that you can express your views on political subjects or whatever while on the job, whatever it is. And then they violate that and punish you, then that is a contractual issue that a union is there to represent you and make sure that doesn't happen. So it's fine, but a lot of people have at-will employment. I mean, if you and I start mouthing off about the Nexstar Corporation, they'll probably ask us not to do that, and that's fine.
Time out. If Nexstar had us attend, which might be, I don't know how mandatory it was, so I don't want to get in the weeds on this, but a town hall where Trump was the keynote speaker, I should have the option to skip that or attend because I'm interested. And if I wouldn't heckle him. I'm just saying this is something where the president's coming to Detroit. He's saying things like inflation is done. A lot of what they think he's saying might be nonsense.
Our job is literally to express opinions, so it would be weird.
Yes, it's a little bit for us. I would show up and I would experience the whole thing. I'm asking, does that employee have to be suggested to the president coming and schmoozing and waving and saying inflation's done at his workplace? Is that part of his job? Because you're seeing a crowd of people that basically had to watch the president. And you know how corporations work. Like somebody important's coming, everybody get dressed up and everybody act like their best behavior. And so some people might not just want to fall in line like that. And so he's expressing himself freely. And we'll see what happens next.
The firing decision maker, I would not.
You wouldn't fire him?
No. But I'm just saying he has no right to not be fired necessarily unless it specifically says in whatever contractual arrangement he has that he can express his views. And he got an $800,000 payday. Good of him to say that, you know what, that's plenty of money. Thank you. Please donate to some other cause.
He was about to hit $1 million.
I respect that, saying, wow, they're kids with cancer or something, or
something else to do.
Browse elsewhere in the GoFundMe category. Yeah. So I don't know. That's from my hometown.
Yeah. So did you feel happy about that? The president sticking up his middle finger to the people of your hometown?
I don't care. It was not to the people of my hometown. It was to one guy.
To the auto workers of your hometown.
All right. They're telling us we got to go. That does it for us today on Rising Live. Look out for more exclusive YouTube content coming your way later today. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Hills YouTube channel so that you never miss any content. And for those of you who like to listen while on the go, we're now available anywhere you listen to podcasts. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye.